Oh my goodness. Friday AOA podcast. Frankie C is here. What's up?
What is happening?
Oh my goodness. All the things. This Johnny Gaudreau story. Have you heard?
No.
This is the saddest thing ever. Johnny Gaudreau, hockey
Oh, the
player.
hockey player. I don't know what
Oh,
happened, but yeah, that's it. I know a little bit, but I don't know how.
I'll fill you in, including one thing that I just heard, which is just even like you don't think things could get worse, and then you hear this. Wait till I tell you this last thing, you're gonna be like blown away. Brazil bans X, and California trying to ban Twinkies and Flaming Cheetos, just to name a few.
Crazy.
We are crazy times. Plus, we do have an AOA game on this episode with the great Erin C. All that and more. Let's go. It was a strange day because I had to film 2 commercials today. Outside podcast, not podcast related, outside work. People ask for the expertise, Frank. Give me the expertise. So I go and give people the expertise.
When they can't get it, they go to you.
They go to correct.
Right.
So I wake up this morning and my kids are
Got
up
myself a gun.
my kids are up early every day. So they're up, I'm up. And I go on Twitter and I see a bunch of people tweeting about I heard Johnny Gaudreau died. And immediately I'm like, this can't be possible. So I go on to all the hockey Twitter places. None of the real, like all the bloggy kind of fanny people were like, I heard this. Go to the serious outlets for hockey, NHL, Columbus Blue Jackets, the TV play, all this stuff. I don't see anything. I go online, check all the outlets there. Nothing. So I'm like,
you must have heard early because it's everywhere now.
It was like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I go, oh, that's a weird rumor. And I had this moment of relief because it was like, this must be one of those false, like this is going to be hilarious when he tweets today. Like, I don't know where that came from,
Right.
Go about the morning with the kids and the breakfast and everything else. And then 7:30, boom, like flooded. Columbus Blue Jackets release a statement. ESPN right after, TSN in Canada, NHL, Gary Bettman, the whole thing, they put it all out. So this is the story. And for people who probably have no idea who Johnny Gaudreau is, this is the most tragic thing that I've heard in quite some time. This is a player who grew up in South Jersey, so kind of close in the same region of Frank and I. He went to Boston College and won the most valuable college player award. Killed it for Boston. Gets drafted, goes to Calgary. Now it was a big deal during the pandemic because he became a free agent, and there was rumors that he was going to come to the Islanders. He winds up signing with Columbus. So during that, I become an instant Johnny Gaudreau fan in like these 4 days where it's like he might come to the Islanders, and I'm just like reading all the Johnny Gaudreau stuff.
Right.
So he does 2 years in Columbus. He's back in New Jersey where he lives for his sister's wedding. He goes out for a bike ride with his brother, who was in the Islanders system, minor league system. His brother's a hockey player as well. They go out for a bike ride. Drunk driver. I don't know the specifics of it all, but takes the 2 of them out, and that was it. They were killed. And this is on the eve of his sister was supposed to get married today, and now instead of that, she's got 2 dead brothers.
God.
Johnny Gaudreau, since going to Columbus 2 years ago, had 2 children. He was 31, I think, 31, 32. His brother was only 29 years old. Primes of their lives. So he had just had 2 kids in the last 2-3 years, Johnny Gaudreau. Turns out, like 5 minutes before we're going to air, we find out that his brother's wife, pregnant, expecting another child.
Oh, man.
Is that not unbelievable?
Jeez.
Is that not the craziest, And I'm telling you, I said this to Cuddles earlier. It's a sad story. I don't know Johnny Gaudreau outside of the 4 days. I'm like, oh, this guy might become an the whole day I carried it with me like somebody in my family died. It was just like the most upsetting thing.
It's a terrible, terrible story. It's just a lot of bad shit just rolled up into one day. It sucks, man. Holy shit.
And it's weird too, because like the way you hear it, it's like Johnny Gaudreau died. It's like, oh my god, and his brother died. Oh Jesus, what? And a drunk driver. Holy shit. Oh, they were in town for the sister's wedding. Are you fucking kidding me? His brother's expecting a baby. It's like how fucking like it's the story that never stops getting shittier.
Yeah.
You know?
No, he said he was 31.
He was 31. His brother was 29.
Ugh.
Yeah. The alleged drunk driver, his name is Sean Higgins. Sean Higgins. He's from Woodstown, New Jersey. He's got 2 charges against him now. Death by auto and driving while under the influence. They say the brothers were biking on the side of County Road 551 in Oldmans Township, New Jersey, when they were hit around 8 p.m. last evening. Higgins was traveling north in a Jeep Grand Cherokee behind a sedan and an SUV. The New Jersey State Police said he tried to pass the slower moving cars by changing into southbound lanes. Higgins passed the sedan and tried to re-enter the northbound lane when the SUV in front of him moved into the middle of the roadway in order to safely pass the bicyclist on the right side of the road. He then tried to move past the SUV on the right and struck the brothers from behind. So the SUV was going around them, and he was in a rush clearly, and the SUV was going this way. He went this way. He didn't realize the SUV was trying to go around.
I didn't see the bikes were right there.
And he went right, yeah.
God.
Yeah. Trooper who arrived on the scene said there was a strong odor of alcohol in his breath. Higgins allegedly told the trooper that he had 5 to 6 beers before the fatal crash. He also supposedly confessed that he believed the SUV was trying to block him from passing and that his drinking exacerbated his impatience and reckless driving.
Jeez.
Higgins failed a sobriety test, according to troopers. The Columbus Blue Jackets confirmed the brother's shocking deaths in an official statement Friday morning. Yeah, so their statement went out, I think, around 7:30 or so. And then what I found out afterwards was the state troopers had confirmed there was an incident, but they didn't link the two things together. And I don't know why.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like there were rumors that that Johnny Gaudreau was involved in this, but the state troopers had just said 2 people. They just said that there was an incident and blah blah blah. So I don't know how the rumors. Yeah, I don't know how the rumors started on Twitter early this morning.
Right.
But yeah, it wasn't until Columbus put out the announcement. He's got 2 little kids. He's got 2 children, a 1-year-old and a 6-month-old.
God.
Right?
That is tragic.
It's just fucking awful. It's just awful. On Thursday, Katie Gaudreau, their sister, had posted a photo of the wedding rehearsal on her Instagram stories. Of course, the ceremony was canceled. She's supposed to get married at 1:45 today, and that was canceled.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, how do you go? How do you go on? I mean,
no, of course not.
How do you even go on at all from anything of this? This is this is the worst.
This is, it's catastrophic. It's unbelievable.
You got 2 women now. They got 2 kids apiece. One's got a kid on the way. She's got another baby though. Johnny had 2 babies. The
parents,
sister.
2 kids. Their 2 kids are. I mean, like the Gaudreau parents are. Have to now bury two of their kids.
Yeah,
it's the whole thing. The whole thing is terrible.
Sister's gonna have to get married. The baby's gonna come. Like all these moments are gonna come now. Christmas, like it's just gonna be shit for a while for them.
It really is.
It sucks. It's Cuddles and I our wedding anniversary.
Oh yeah. Oh geez. Happy anniversary.
Yeah. 10 years ago, made the biggest mistake of her life. And so we were watching our wedding video.
Okay.
And it is insane. how many people are no longer with us that was
Oh,
there that
really?
day. Yeah, a lot of people had passed.
Oh my God.
It's also insane how young we looked.
It's 10 years ago, man. That's, that's a quarter of our lives ago.
And my daughter's like, "Oh my god, Aunt Rosa had brown hair." It's like, well, yeah, everybody was like young. Like, look at grandma,
Yeah.
look how young grandma looked. And I'm like, yeah,
It
crazy.
was it was a little while ago. That's true.
It was kind of crazy. Like, you look way younger. Erin looks young. We all look younger. We all look very much like you. It's weird. You when you get married. I mean, you just like, oh, I'm
Are
an
you
adult.
saying Erin and I look old?
You look old right now. Yeah, you don't look good.
Fuck you.
Even
Oh,
Cuddles is like, I'm like, she has this like youthful innocence to her. Now it's just like,
what's wrong with you?
no, it's not good. You know those moments in like, in the war movies when the bomb just goes off and the soldiers realize that they're alive, but it's just mud and blood all over their faces. That's what Cuddles and I, we look over at each other, and
Dude,
that's what we see now. We
dude,
just see.
you gotta stop that. Put a stop to that shit. You're everything's not so bad. You're okay.
No, it's not. It's great. Everything is great, but it's just it like there is a youth to all of our faces. I mean, my parents, other relatives, like it's strange because you
Yeah.
see somebody and that's the person. There they are. And then you see them 10 years ago and you're like, "Holy shit." Like, you don't realize the change as it's happening,
Well, yeah, of course. It's gradual, but then you go, oh, look at look at pictures from 20 years ago. You're gonna look like a different person. It's
I know.
just the way it is.
Yeah, I might have fucked up too because I was just scrolling through whatever. I don't even remember what it was. Look at your wife. Stop comparing your wedding to a war movie. No, no, no. It's not the wedding. It's dealing with the kids. I'm saying we look at each other now, and it's like we're in the trenches, and it's just like, we're taking
Sure,
we're
good
taking
save.
fire.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I fucked up because I'm scrolling and I realize I get this. Here's the story that the great Leah Remini is getting divorced, and I was like, oh, and so I look at Cuddles and I go, our marriage is this is the strongest challenge our marriage is ever going to face. And I turned the phone to her and I let her read it, and she was not happy with that.
What does that mean? What you
Meaning, like, Leah Remini's free now. I got a,
Oh,
I got a
so
shot.
you're on deck. I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a.
You're gonna shoot your shot.
I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna give the old college try. See what happens.
Okay. Good luck.
DM her.
Okay. I'm sure that'll go over big.
No, but you know what messed me up too?
An Oscar winner, Jerry. An Oscar winner.
She's been married for 29 years or 21 years or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting divorced at that?
What could be so wrong after what's going
Yeah.
what's an issue now that wasn't an issue 10 years in, 5
Yeah.
years in?
It's the truth. I don't get that at all. I mean, I'm really perplexed by it. Like, you made it 29 years. What's the fucking difference?
Honestly, what happened?
What
I'd love to know
problems?
what happened.
Me too. What problems are happening in year 27, 28, and 29 that weren't there prior to that?
Right.
That you were able to overcome, especially those weirdos, because she was in Scientology. Like, you survived the stupidest religion ever.
So was he in it as well?
I'm gonna assume. I don't know.
And they both got out? Because whenever she talks about it, it's usually just her saying,
Right.
"Oh, I was in this, and they did this, and I was," But she
Right.
never says my
About her
husband.
husband.
I mean, I not that I can recall. Maybe she did, and I just don't remember. My husband and I were in this, and yeah, it's always her. And I don't remember him being involved. But
Can you be in like a culty religion without you both being all in? I don't know. I really don't. I'm not sure.
good question. I can't imagine that would work for that. For that one.
Right. Right. Like, if you're in that one, don't you think they'd be like, hey, you gonna bring your husband? When's the husband coming? Like, I don't think they'd leave you alone until you got that husband in there,
Right.
or wife if the roles were reversed,
Right.
It seems a little bit strange to me, that whole scenario. But I say this a lot, and I consider myself very lucky. I think we don't talk about this often, but I feel like you're in the same position. It really, I mean, outside of the kids, which was the biggest mistake. It really doesn't. No, it really doesn't. It's not. It hasn't been difficult. It hasn't really been hard. People always say marriage is work, and I believe that it is.
Ask your wife the same question. Yeah, it's been a piece of cake. And meanwhile, your wife's over there juggling the kids.
I know, right?
Spinning plates.
But it's like we've never really. I mean, not for knock on wood. We never really had any. We've gone through some shit,
Sure.
But amongst ourselves, like between us, it's been very easy.
Good. That's the way it should be.
I don't know how you feel about our marriage, but
same thing. Oh, your marriage? Your marriage, it's been rough on us. I'm not gonna lie. We've been dealing with some shit with you two guys, and I didn't, it's been wearing on Erin and me. So
yeah,
just glad you guys are pulling through.
Yeah, but we always make fun of Frank because he's always like, "Oh, Erin and I never fight." And Dee and I have disagreements, but we don't really fight. It's funny. The last 4 or 5 years, we do not fight. Like it's like it rarely like a fight.
Yeah, I'm not a fighter guy. I don't like to, and it's not only that. That's not the big reason. The big reason is we never really butt heads. Erin and I never butt heads really. So
I think we got very lucky. Because there's not much to disagree about.
What's up? At a fence? Oh. So yeah, Erin and I never fight. She asked me to bring this one up, but we had a big disagreement on whether or not there's a house a couple of blocks away that has this. Like I said, I was trying to describe the house, and I said, yeah, it's this house with this and that, and there's no fence, but it has a front yard and grass. And then she goes, "You mean the house? I know the house you're talking about. It has a fence." I'm like, no. There might be. I think there's a chain link fence, but it's all covered by shrubs on like 1/4 of the side of the house, but the rest of it, there's no fence. And we went back and forth, and we're like, no, and we're like, seriously, like, we'll go down and we'll look at it right now. We were like, that was like the biggest thing, That Erin says this house has there's the front, there's no fence, but the side of the house, it's a corner house.
Okay. So there's a fence on one side?
There's a fence along one street. It's a chain link fence, but it stops.
Okay.
And it also is covered by there's like shrubs coming through it and everything. You can barely see it, but it's there. And then if you go to the front of the house, it's all lawn. There's not even a sidewalk. There's all lawn leading up to the porch.
Okay.
So I said,
so your contention that there's no fence in the front means there's no fence?
No, I'm saying that's the I can see. I said there's a fence, but it's only it's only there. And Erin says no. I think Erin thinks that the whole house has a fence. We can't we never went over there and confirmed it.
Mm-hmm.
This was a few days ago. We never went over there and confirmed what the house actually looks like. But as of right now, Erin thinks that this house has a fence. I think this house does not have that fence.
Erin says there will be a poster of this house on the coat sign next episode. Or next week, I should say.
Right.
Our last fight was 5 years ago. Our last fight was years ago. Sorry, I don't know why I put 5 in there. But this one, we were really going at it in the car. Where are you going at it in the car?
We were like, no, there's no fence. What are you talking about? You can walk right on the grass and go from the street up to the porch, and there's zero fence. There's nothing going to stop you. There's some trees and bushes and stuff, but there's no fence. No, I know the house you're talking about. It's a big fence. I'm like, no, wrong house.
I'm trying to think the last time we got involved in like a dispute. So that's like a fun little dispute. That's not like I would call it a fight, but that's not like not a marriage ender. Laura says she read that becoming empty nesters affected Leah Remini's marriage. That's interesting.
So what would that? I don't get that. I mean, how would that affect your marriage enough to want to get divorced? Do you know what I mean? Like, all right,
Oh,
so
I
the
know
kids are
how.
out of the house,
Yeah.
and now it's you and your husband, or you and your wife. What? Just go out, come
Well, I
back.
think
You know, I don't, what are you doing? I mean, you don't have to. If that's a big part of it, you know, that's something that could be worked on. I understand, you know, if people, I don't know, there are people in marriages that don't want to be around each other the whole time. But if that's the case, there are ways to work on that. No, all of it's divorce. That's it. Like, why is that such a weird
well,
thing?
I know, right? Yeah, I don't. I this is one of the things I love about you. It's so you boil things down so simplistically. You just go out and you
Did you
come
call
back.
me simple?
No. I just love that. I love this idea of you just go out and then you come back and there you
Just
are. You're
come
like,
back. What?
that's it.
Done. I just saved their marriage.
Hey, you want to go somewhere else other than here for a little while? Yeah, I do. Okay,
Yeah. Go
let's go.
take a drive. Go on a vacation. They have tons of money. She can't just hop on a plane and go to wherever and relax and come back.
I know. I know,
Weird.
right? It is kind of strange, but no, I do. You do hear this quite a bit though, because it's like when you have the kids, it's like nonstop. Like this is one thing Cuddles and I talk about all the time. It's like we don't get it. It's every day. It's just I say this a lot. It feels like you wake up in the middle of a car accident. That takes all day long. It's like you wake up, it's everything's already spinning, like things are already, there's fucking Oreos already in the
See,
dryer,
no,
it's
see,
like
that's when you go. All right, everybody, stop. Here's what
it's chaos.
we're starting this day over right now. I'm
It's
just hitting
chaos.
the reset button. Everybody, go back to neutral. Go back to what is it? Go back to first position, and we'll start from the top again.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's what it's like. It's like it's insanity all day long, and then there's breakfast, and then there's more insanity. It's like it's just it's just nonstop, and then like it's every friggin' day. And then so those, like I said, the last Saturday when we got 2 hours alone together, that was like a first for us.
Mhm.
So I think so when you do that for 18, 21, 25 years straight, for some people, it's like it becomes that becomes your life. And then all of a
Yeah, but
sudden
isn't it?
it's gone. And then it's just you and that other person. And then I think people suddenly start to realize, is that how you breathe? Is that how you chew?
Yeah, but they should have known that before they had the kids. No.
I think a lot of times though you get you're just too tired to be like, I can't stand the way you breathe.
That's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but if you go through, what was it, 29 years of marriage,
They went through, yeah.
and if the kids are just, I don't know how long the kids were out of the house, have been gone.
Yeah.
I mean, were they empty nesters for 10 years or however,
You'll
I
have
don't know
to
when they
ask.
had their kids and how old their kids are, but how long were they empty nesters? I mean, how long did it take from the time that the kids left to now for them to go, nope, that's it.
Yeah. You'll have to ask Laura because I wasn't allowed to read the article.
Okay.
I mean, not that I wasn't allowed, but I chose. You know how we did that whole "we don't fight" thing? Because I do choose carefully. So I was like, if I read this, I'll be in a lot of trouble.
So somewhere there's a counter of your percentage chance with Leah Remini, and it's like 0.000001, and the minute they filed for divorce, it went to 2.
Yeah.
but that's it. That's
Well,
fine.
maybe not to 2, but maybe they added a 5 after
Well, they
the
took
1.
away a 0 or something. I don't know.
We're not good with percent. If we were, we'd be
Whatever.
in an accounting agency right now.
Whatever a slightly higher percentage is, I have no idea.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But
Yeah.
very, very slightly.
I would imagine there's a lot of people waiting out a Leah Remini marriage, even if it did take 29 years.
And I don't know, maybe. But the other guy, he was on King of Queens. Did you see him? He was he appeared in
husband?
a couple episodes, maybe 1 or 2 episodes.
Is that right?
He was like the doctor or something.
Mm. I don't really remember much about King of Queens. Only a couple of clips that I see online. I do. This always stuck with me though. They gave Kevin James a show after, And
Right.
it was kind of like, and then they took the wife on that show, got rid of her, and brought Leah Remini in, and then the ratings went.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
then
like
it didn't do anything. Then
it
what
tanked,
happened after
and
that?
then it tanked because
Was it
everybody.
King of Queens 2.0, or was it just a different show completely?
I mean, basically, that's what they were trying to recapture again by bringing her in. You know?
I feel bad for whoever that first wife was.
Yeah,
It's
they were
like,
just like, get out of here.
yeah, you're gone. We're gonna bring in somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I would understand if it's like you're bringing back. If I was filling in, if I was playing the husband of someone, and then they were like, "No, we're bringing back the original guy." It's like, I guess that makes sense.
yeah, it
But if
sucks.
we're just gonna replace you for someone different, then that's weird. But
Yeah, it totally sucks.
what
It
happened to
worked
her
for
if
like
she's any?
3.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
So I wonder what happened to her. I don't know who she is or was the initial wife from. What is it? Kevin Can Wait or something.
Was that who even remembers? Who the
I
hell
think
even
that was
fucking?
it. But
Yeah,
whoever the original wife was, I hope maybe she got something else. I don't know. I don't even know if we know who she is anymore.
and they literally did it to squeeze another like 6 weeks of television out of it. Like it didn't last long, you know.
No, it did not.
It's amazing that industry how they're trying to just like latch onto stuff.
Yeah, that's why I hope this Beetlejuice thing. I hope it. I know we talked about it on the a couple shows ago, but I hope it's not just. Hey, look, he said this line. Remember, he said it in the first movie, so
Right.
now he said it now. That reminds me of the first one, so it's great. It's like, all right, I want new things. I want it to be new, cool, like Beetlejuice, but he's the same guy, but I want him to show us something different. Like even in the trailer, I was like, all right, trailer has promise, but he does the same, when his back's to the camera and he does that. What do you look at this? And the thing,
Right.
he has all those things. He does that in the in the trailer, and I'm like, all right. They have to do a throwback here and there. I get it, but I hope the whole movie isn't throwbacks.
One of
That would
the
really suck.
one of the movie people that I love on TikTok. I forget. I don't know this guy's name. He wears glasses, kind of nerdy looking, but he's really good at what he does. He goes, I'm scrolling and get to him. And I always settle on him because I always want to know what he has to say. He always has great stuff. He's like, the reviews for the new Beetlejuice are in. I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But we're getting dangerously close. Today's the 30th of August.
Comes out a week from today, right?
It'll come out in a week. Yeah.
Yeah. And you got it.
So all the critics have seen it. So they're going to start coming out with their articles and stuff. And
it's going to suck because after literally day one on Saturday, maybe not even Saturday, probably Friday, you're going to start seeing people with spoilers and videos and things. Deadpool 3 was spoiled for me. I saw all the cameos, and it wasn't even like, hey, spoiler in 5 seconds, heads up. It was you scroll, and all of a sudden, boom, it's right in your face without even waiting. It's just bang. It's like, oh, fuck. It's like Russian roulette. You just spin and as soon as the video comes on, you're like, spoiled.
It's done.
You can't unsee it.
I know. What was but when you think about it, there has not been. You can't come out with anything anymore with it being universally acclaimed. Like maybe Top Gun Maverick.
That was really good.
That was really good, and it deserved it. But I feel like everybody was. I don't remember a lot of detractors for that film when it came out.
I'm sure there were, but I don't remember a lot either. But I'm sure it had its.
I think that one was like universally like, holy shit, they nailed it. That might be one of the greatest sequels of all time. Like it's.
Oh, you're talking sequels?
Well, I'm just talking movies in general, but I'm just saying that while we're on the topic of Maverick, that might be one of the greatest sequels of all time. Like you're talking about what you want from Beetlejuice 2, and you have to admit that Top Gun Maverick delivered that for the Top Gun fans.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, and I think because you know what it did? It wasn't just a, hey, remember this old stuff? It was, here's a new bunch of guys, and the technology was newer. They updated everything. The planes were all new. The tactics, everything was new. And it wasn't the same. We're going to do the same movie we did. It was a completely different movie with that character. That's what you need. You got Beetlejuice, stick him in a movie and write the movie. Don't just pluck things from the first movie and drop them in and be like, this is a movie now. It's
Yeah.
you gotta give us new shit that he, if he's show me new abilities. He had all these wacky, he's a demon, a ghost, and he had all these crazy abilities. He made himself into that merry-go-round thing. He was the snake. He did all this crazy shit in the first movie. Do more of that, but different.
Yeah.
If he turns into the same shit or he does all the same lines, it's like, all right, we've seen all this. I get it. I know you want us to go, oh wow, the original. It's like, but give me something new and updated. That's what I want.
Yeah. But do you think that, but what I'm saying is, my point is, are we ever going to get you're ever going to get somebody to be like, it's so good. Like, I don't know if you're ever going to get that Top Gun Maverick moment again. Like, it's so rare that you have that moment where everybody's like, so what I'm like, you might go say it and be like, they nailed it. They got it. But it could still be shit on by everybody because it's like the internet and it's 2024 and people are just unhappy and just shitting on everything,
Right. Yeah. No, I know, but they do that so often. Like, you're talking, like, when you say like not a reboot, but it's a sequel, but like decades later, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, because when they do sequels, there are really good sequels. Like, The Dark Knight was probably one of the greatest sequels.
Better than the original. That movie was a trillion times better than the original.
It was unbelievable. That one, it wasn't even nominated, but I think it should have won the Oscar for Best Picture.
Yeah.
But but when you're talking about they're making a sequel to a movie they made 40 years ago, you gotta be able to walk that line of, you got these old characters, but don't screw it up by. They did that with not that they did Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters movies.
Yeah.
The first one with the Paul Rudd, first one was really good. I liked it. The second one, the Frozen Empire one, I liked it, but they did a lot of that. We said this in the original. Here it is again. It's like, and it didn't serve the plot. They just did it just to be like, hey, remember this?
Give me those warm and fuzzies.
Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, I get it. I remember when I watched this movie 40 years ago, but give me they gave you new stuff, sure, but it was very, they just did a lot of nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. Didn't gel with the movie. Some of it.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I would recommend it, but still, they did a lot of that.
It's funny you brought up Dark Knight. Trying to think of like movies sequels that were better than the original. Maybe Terminator 2. Like
Terminator 2.
That list is short. People don't even know that Terminator 2 was the second movie. They just think it's Terminator. Like nobody remembers that first movie.
In the title.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like everybody, like when you see the clips of Schwarzenegger now, they're like, "Oh, Terminator."
I would argue maybe Indiana Jones: Last Crusade. That's the third one. I think may have been the stronger of the three original.
People say Godfather 2 is better than Godfather. I don't know. Right. I don't feel that way. I think they're all great. It's hard for me to pick one or the other.
There are a bunch of sequels. I'm sure we can't think of them at the top of our heads, but I'm sure there are decent sequels out there that are better.
Movies are in a weird place though right now because you look at what happened with that Kevin Costner cowboy movie. That fucking tanked. And then you have Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis. They came. There was some superhero movie. I don't think it made $10 million in its opening weekend.
Oh yeah,
did you hear about this?
Out already.
It came out last week.
We saw a trailer for it when we saw. I think when we saw the new Trap, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, and it was okay looking, but I didn't even know it came out yet.
It's gone.
I didn't even see any commercials for it. I knew not. I didn't even know it existed until that one trailer in the theater, and that was it. Before and after.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what. And Kevin Hart is a major star.
Yeah. Plus, you got Jamie Lee Curtis is at the is doing great shit. She's in a lot of big stuff. She just won the Oscar, and she's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Borderlands as it was called.
Yeah.
Box office flop Borderlands debuts on digital streaming this week. It's out of theaters.
Yowza.
Can you believe it?
I mean, it looks high budget too. Like, got a lot of actors in it, a lot of effects. It looks like a lot of crazy locations and scenery and stuff. But it's one of those. I didn't see a single ad for it, except for that one in the movie theater.
And I wonder if it's like, okay, it's Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, that's a big star.
Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm. Jamie Lee Curtis. Jack Black voices like a robot or something. It came out on August 9th. Guess how much it made? $1.50.
$8.6 million.
Yeah, no good.
That's bad.
That's no good. I'm sure the budget for it was like $100 million or something.
It would have to be. I mean, for all those effects and CGIs and everything.
Could you imagine if someone came to you and said, I'm making a movie with Kevin Hart, Jack Black, Kate Blanchett, and Jamie Lee Curtis. We want you to be an investor. You'd be like, yeah, that sounds great. And then it makes zero. It makes nothing.
You want to know what the production budget was? They're estimating between 120 and 130 million.
Oh,
ouch.
Yikes.
By the way, 8.6 in its opening weekend. I think that's domestically.
That's brutal.
It all in total, worldwide box office for the entire run made $22.9 million.
Oh,
that might have been what Kevin Hart made to make the movie.
That's his budget. That's just his. Yeah, that's just for him.
You covered Kevin.
Oh boy.
Holy shit.
That's brutal. That's a big loss.
That's really bad. Can't make a superhero movie if it ain't gonna have a Marvel character in it these days, or Superman or Batman or some shit like that.
And I'm sure everybody knows the news that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to be huge.
I think it's huge, but I think everybody had that moment of, how are they doing this? There was a little bit of like going on here.
Once they started the multiverse thing,
anything goes.
They could literally do anything.
But that was comics back in the. Remember, we used to pick up comic books, and there was just like all this weird shit was happening, and you're like, all right, that's what's happening.
Yeah, you just have a crazy storyline that just didn't make sense with the rest of the flow of everything, and you go, all right, I guess so.
Yeah,
and they just explain it away, and they're like, okay, I'm sure what this is going to be. Because when you look at the two characters, Iron Man and Professor Doom, similar, very similar, billionaires, tech guys, that kind of scientific mind, whatever. So I could see in another universe, if Tony Stark goes bad, he becomes Doom.
Well, there is a comic book series. There was a storyline in the comic books back in the day where that happened.
Yeah.
So Tony Stark becomes So
I'm sure that's what's going to happen. But
that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of cameos, and it'll be crazy. But I don't know when that's coming out.
They got my money already. I'll be there. What the fuck? We've seen all of them. The kids are into it. See, that's the thing with these movies. Nobody's excluded.
Yeah.
You could bring the kids. You could bring the grandparents. You could go. You and the friends. People who aren't really all that into it, they're gonna want to go anyway.
Yeah, they're fun action, and plus, I mean, the characters they're from comic books. They're gonna have a lot going on, each character.
Yeah.
There's a lot of story behind each one.
Yeah.
They're not just one note usually.
Speaking of a lot going on, X has been banned in Brazil.
Okay.
200 million people in Brazil. The Brazilian government asked Elon to ban some people, and Elon was like, no, I don't think so, man. Freedom of speech. And they're like, well, if you're not going to ban these people, then we're going to kick your company out of the country. And he's like, no, you're not. And they were like, watch us. And so a judge just ruled on it. And yeah, they shut the lights out on X. So you can't get on X in Brazil.
I wonder how does that work? I guess, yeah. soon as you enter Brazil, like just cross the border, all of a sudden, X just stops. I don't know how
I
they
guess so.
control that, but sure.
And then the judge tried to shut down SpaceX because I think they are located there. And Elon responded by saying, like, hey, we'll send everybody a free fucking SpaceX. SpaceX is you get like a little dish, you point it to the sky, and then you get internet from the satellites, you know, that are orbiting the Earth that provide internet service, which is useful in the desert and you know, all these remote places you can get internet service. So now he's like, I'll just give everybody one of those things. And I think he's been trying, or he did at one point, gave a whole bunch away. But a lot of people have them. And now the government is threatening that if they find you on X on one of these things, they're going to fine you like $8,000 every time it happens.
Damn.
But it's one of those things where it's like, is this really a freedom of speech thing or is it a business thing? And at the same time, are you really stopping people from causing harm, or are you just trying to silence political opponents? Like, I'll admit, I'm not up on the latest happenings in the world of politics of Brazil. So I don't know if the president and the government are overreaching here or not. I don't know.
Who did they want to ban? What was the reason?
I mean, I believe it's political opponents. I think that's almost undisputed. But whether or not it's worthy of it or not, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean, if it's someone going on Twitter and I don't know, if it's a really famous politician yelling, kill whoever, and this, you know, then that's a problem, right? I mean, I feel like that would be ban worthy, but I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what they're asking. So that would be up to them, but who knows?
TD liked your $1.50 line.
Thank you, TD.
Yeah, I don't know why Paul said Frozen 2. I'm lost. I saw somebody say
sequel
something
that they liked better or something.
Oh, okay.
I never saw it. Never saw Frozen 2. I saw Frozen, the first one, once, and I was like, eh.
Oh, I loved it. You didn't like it? I thought it was good.
I barely really remember it too, to be honest. I was like, I didn't really. I remember the beginning was very, you know, it was kind of sad with the kid. They couldn't see each other. He was locked in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then after that, I was like, I don't really care. Switch.
No, I like the Frozen. I stopped looking at the chat for a good 5 minutes because I saw somebody say something about Beetlejuice and reviews, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna look at this for a while. So I
they're not gonna
looking.
To see the review. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to know. Don't want to know.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait to talk about Flamin Cheetos.
Yes. Breakfast Club costs about $1 million. Oh, did I spell? Shit.
It's been a while since I had a good Flamin Cheeto.
Breakfast Club cost about $1 million. Robin said made 50. Yeah, that was pretty good. Did they cancel another Snow White movie? I remember that.
No, there is a Snow White movie coming out. I saw a trailer for it, like a quick teaser. It was like 30 seconds. And it's Snow White with CGI dwarfs. Like but they look like the cartoon version of dwarfs.
Right. DJ Shanagan said saw Clerks around a mill.
I could see that. The Clerks, the movie,
made $1 million. Yeah.
Make.
Oh, I don't know if it cost less than that.
Oh, there you go.
Robin said the first Clerks was great. Mercury said I fucking love Clerks. I was thinking about this the other day. We never saw a movie where people were playing roller hockey. You know, like I remember
Mighty Ducks too.
Yeah, true. Good point. But that was like one of the things I loved about Clerks. Like they were fucking off in their job just to go play roller hockey. Like I was like, this is great. Like on the roof. Like you never see a bunch of jerk offs just fucking playing roller hockey. Like I was like, I relate to this so much.
True, but which is severely impractical, by the way. Roller hockey on the roof.
Oh yeah, yes.
You're gonna lose the puck in literally 5 seconds.
Yes, basically.
Puck's gone.
Yeah. Aunt never had the makings of a varsity YouTuber. That's true. Definitely not in the spelling department. Yeah, so California, the council, they're trying to ban. In fact, they passed it. It's just whether or not Newsom's going to sign it. I think he is because he signed a similar ban on the dye that appears in Peeps. I think last year or the year before that.
So I think that it's the same dye that's in like Skittles and I don't know what else.
Yeah. But I got to tell you something, and this bothers me to no end because people are going to be like, "Well, fucking libs, no, we can't have fucking Cheetos." But he and maybe you can call me a lib on this one. He held up a Peeps or Skittles, a similar diet, right? He holds up Skittles and he goes, "This is a Skittles in America. This is a Skittles in Europe. Skittles in Europe doesn't have this shit in it. Why is it? Why do they have it in America? You found a way to make this product without it. Why is it here? Why are you making it like that here?
Right.
You know?
I agree, 100%. If we can make it better and like it's not going to be healthy because it's Skittles or whatever, but if you can make it so it doesn't cause any crazy shit, then yeah, make it that way. That's why regulations, whenever politicians go deregulation, there's too many regulations. It's like the regulations are there for a reason. It's not just they came up with something most of the time. It's not just, you know what, I think we should ban it. It's because there's a problem with it. That's what regulations are there for, to protect people. They're not there just because they feel like banning something.
The food is the big thing, man. And I think, isn't that what RFK now is? Suddenly RFK is like the fucking guy for, children's health. It's like unbelievable how he's made that switch over.
Just human children, not bear children.
Not bear children. No,
those he couldn't give a fuck about.
He doesn't give a shit about them.
Okay,
doesn't give a shit about them. But it's the truth, because again, I just had a friend of mine go to Italy, and she was like, ridiculous that everything is they don't have the bread that can last on shelves for 3 weeks. She's like, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's oh man, we got to get back to, definitely the regulations are what keep that shit out of your food.
And I've been reading more and more about this, and it's the more I read, the more I'm like, fuck, it's the truth. When the cigarette companies got this, did I talk about this? I feel like I brought this up on the podcast not too long ago.
I don't listen to you.
Thanks. The cigarette companies that when they got pushed out, when the government started cracking down on cigarette advertising, they were like, oh my God, we might not be able to make a lot of money. All those big tobacco companies started buying food companies, and that's when all the crazy food processing started in the late 60s, early 70s, and into the 80s, where they were just like, well, we'll just make a ton of money this way, putting just the shit together in the food. And it's the truth, man. It's fucking awful. It's one of the things I really hate the most, that I know there's not really much you could do about, because it's like everywhere.
It's everywhere. And it's like, it's not like, oh, this is the best we got. No, the other places are doing it better.
Way better.
And they're not putting this unhealthy shit in it. It's like, what do you do it that way? What's the difference? What's the problem?
I know. Jerks. All right. Erin C is here. We're ready for AOA game time. I'm excited. I don't even know what the game is. This is a thrill for me.
All right. Hi, guys. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary. I'm so happy for you guys.
Erin, pre-show. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You go.
No, you go.
Pre-show, Frank and I were talking, and
oh no.
I go, where'd you get married? Like the year or so before me? He's like, try 4 or 3, whatever. Yeah. You guys are gonna be married 14 years.
Yeah.
Yep. 14
and
years.
No. Yep.
It doesn't seem right in my head.
We got married fast.
No. But not even that. In my head, it doesn't seem. That timeline does not check out. That you guys were married for, I guess, almost 4 years, right? October? Almost 4 years by the time we got married. That doesn't feel, because to me, in my head, every wedding was within 3 months of each other.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that tracks. It feels like that.
Right? Like, I remember you guys and our cop friend got married early.
Yeah.
We got same year. They got married first, and then earlier in the year, we got married later.
Yeah, and I remember our almost going to be a priest friend got married before him, because that was the whole thing there. So I remember all of that, but it doesn't feel like we were almost 4 years later.
Right.
No, I feel the math like that too. My sister got married 3 years after we did it. And it felt like they were closer. I'm always like, wait, how many years is this? And I always add like 2, and she's like, no, you always try to make us marry longer than we are. So it happens.
Yeah, because I came in here today like 10 years, and then he was like 14, bitch. And I was like, okay.
You said that to him?
I did not say that.
He said cocksucker.
Right. That's what I said.
I have a really quick funny story that I have to tell because it won't work any other day.
Please.
So the saga of, Blind Top 5 and Frank having a pen and paper continues because I found this I went downstairs and I found this pen that his father got him as a gift, and it's a really fancy pen. And I was like, "Oh, it looks like you never opened this. Now we have a pen for strictly for Blind Top 5." And then later, just this morning, I found this piece of paper and it was huge and it was in several languages, and I was like, what is this? And I work in medical advertising as an editor, and it looked like it because it looked like an injectable, like you press a button and a needle goes in. And I was like, we don't have that. We've never had that. And I'm looking at it. I finally get to the English part. It's for Frank's pen, and it's behind him on the coat rack. It is.
Look at the size.
That's
of
the instruction booklet
instructions.
for a
It's
pen?
Instruction booklet for this pen. It's two-sided, by the way.
Wow. Oh my God.
I
Are those
know.
For the
different,
pen.
are those different languages?
There's like 12 different languages on this thing.
Oh no, you knocked your mic out.
Oh, how?
I don't know.
Doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
I just hope you know there's a really important pen involved in your show now.
I'm honored. I can't believe there's like well, you're an editor, Erin. How many words do you think is on that page right there? Got to be like 7 million.
Too many. Too
Yeah,
many.
that seems like a lot. That seems like a whole hell of a lot.
Oh no, we lost Frank over.
Yeah, you got to go back out, come back in. It's kind of what happens.
Okay.
I can't believe
Well-
you guys are fighting over a fence. That's so
Oh
funny
my
to
gosh.
me.
It was just crazy because I don't usually I don't want to air out dirty laundry, but it really was comical because we were driving to something in the car and it was just like a movie, like we were silent for a while. And he
Yeah.
was like, "Are you thinking of shrubs?" And I'm like, "I'm not thinking of shrubs. I know what shrubs are. It's a fence." And what's weird is we could solve this. It's right down the block. Like it isn't like it's in Denmark. We could, but we just don't want to. We just want to still have Schrodinger's argument where we're both right. So we don't.
Right.
And
Right.
it's just crazy. And as I said, we don't fight. And it's just so weird that you brought that up because this was really recent. This was really recent.
Well, I'm trying to remember like when I'm trying because I know Cuddles and I have those fights. And I feel like we just had a zinger not too long ago, but I can't remember what it was about.
Probably something stupid.
Yeah,
they
well,
all
those
are.
Something stupid.
They
those
all
are the
are.
best ones. Yeah, those are
Yeah, they
those
are.
are the best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Cuddles, she thinks that Trump's not going to win, and I'm like, I don't know. I can't be so sure. Like,
So
I still
blind
don't.
top 5. I don't want to talk about that.
No, she's not rooting. She's just like, I don't think he can win, and I'm like, I don't know. I think he can. I think he can. I
He
don't.
can't win blind top 5.
No, but I mean, you really think he can't win? I think it's still very possible he can win.
Anything could happen, but the tide has been shifting away from him as of late.
Yeah.
In popular opinion, I mean, that's
Yeah. No doubt. She's Kamala's had the momentum.
got the momentum.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's still, even still, she's like just kind of ahead nationally, and the swing states are still kind of dead even right now. It's like it's not in the bag. Like there's work to be done.
Nothing. It's never, it's always neck and neck, but I don't see it happening. Knock on wood. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody grab your pens with ultra specific instructions and
Here,
get
okay.
ready.
This is the pen,
For-
by the way.
Blind, yeah, right.
That's fancy as fuck. See, I can't have nice
It's
things
got-
like that.
It actually has my name.
Has your name on it?
It does.
Does it say dickhead? Did somebody engraved dickhead into
It
a
does say dickhead. Okay. Dickhead. It says bighead.
nice. Nice. All right, Erin, go ahead. What do we got?
Okay, blind top 7, and in honor of you, is it okay if I tell you you didn't really expect to fall in love that night? Kind of nice surprise, Anthony.
What night?
The night you met your wife.
Oh no, I didn't. No.
Okay, so that's part of the
Well-
magic of your story.
Well,
You don't have to share anything. I'm just saying that it was just a nice, simple surprise, correct? Not
It
so
was
simple
as-
surprise?
it was a simple surprise, although there was a photo of her on the internet, and she was naked, and I thought,
No,
nah,
no.
oh, never mind. No.
I
There
sent
was
you that.
she put a picture. She put a picture online, and I still remember the shirt when she was wearing. She had this smile, and I just looked at that photo, and I went, "Man, she's That's a wife right there. Like she could be the, and I never felt that way about anybody else. Then she was late to the date and I was just like, who else can I go out with tonight? I was
No.
very angry with her.
Are you kidding? The person that's late for everything?
Yeah.
You jerk.
It's the irony of the story, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she made me wait, and I remember I had backup plan, I had plan B waiting, and I was calling plan B
Oof.
when she was.
Oh, who was plan B?
I don't even remember.
You remember?
No, I don't really. No, it wasn't. It wasn't like another. There was maybe another woman. I don't even know, but there was just more friends in the city. It was, a little too Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Got it.
I don't want to blow up his spot, but.
Oh, sorry.
All right. All right. So what's the? I still don't know what we're doing here. Blind top or
Sorry,
whatever.
okay, so this is 7, blind top 7, and it's simple pleasures you can't buy. The one you like the most is number 1. The one you could do without, not could do without, but they're all great. So number 7 is the one that means the least to you.
This is a good
But
one.
these are all things that just great little things in life you can't buy, but they sometimes happen and you get really, really happy.
Love it.
Like meeting your
Cool.
wife. Okay. Here we go. Number 1 is walking into air conditioning after being in the hot sun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's always good.
Oh, I love it.
That you never walk into the air conditioner after doing that and go, this fucking thing's on.
Yeah, I know.
You're always like, yes.
You know what's weird though? You remember good air conditioning. Like Disney World has, they don't have regular air conditioning. I feel like movie theaters have a different type of air conditioning. Like there are certain,
it's like industrial.
yeah, but even like a department store, it's like, meh. But like a movie theater, that's some fucking air conditioning. I don't know what they're doing in there that's different, but
You walk into like one of those huge grocery places, like those like Costco or something like that. I don't know how the hell they keep those things cold. They're gigantic. The doors are always open. I can't even imagine how much like the meter must be spinning off its hinges. It's like unbelievable.
you ever go into a Restaurant Depot?
No.
Restaurant Depot, like half the store is like potatoes and like you can buy like stools and toasters and all this stuff. But the other half of it is just an entire freezer. The whole thing is a freezer. So you just walk through the big plastic flappy things and it's just, yeah.
That's got to cost a fortune.
How do you do it? Here's the other thing too. I love a beach day where you're just in the salt water. You go like this and you just taste like salt. Like everything is just, you're hot all day. It's like, so, but going into the air conditioning after a fucking beach day.
That is nice. That is
great.
nice. So I got it in at number 4.
Me too.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Because it's great, but it's a little early in the game.
It's way too
We're
early.
gonna get some other stuff.
Yeah. Way too early.
All right, we got a lot in the chat here playing along.
Same thing. 5s, 3s, 2s, 4s. Yeah.
Couple twos in there. That's good.
Couple
All right.
boosters. All right, Erin. What do we got next?
Okay, number 2 is fresh sheet night. You get your fresh sheets
Ooh.
on the bed.
That's always good.
That is something you immediately notice.
Yeah, because it's a different feel.
Yes.
You just slide in, you go,
Yes.
this is nice.
I love fresh sheet night. This is a great
Damn.
blind top 5.
Oh, fresh
This is
sheet.
hard though. Is that better than
It's
air
tough.
conditioning?
All right, because fresh sheet is great, but air conditioning is like a huge relief.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put fresh sheet at 5.
Me too.
All
right.
I love fresh sheet night, but I don't know. I don't know if the only reason I'm at 5 is because I don't know if I could put it at 3, but 5. It's 5.
I'm with you on that.
But I love it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, like you said, Erin, these are all good ones.
Yeah. Some 2s, some 3s, a 5 for Rob, but he's not impressed with fresh sheets. Now there's Mercury,
I'm impressed
Oceania.
with it at a 5.
Very big. Fresh sheets, very big in Australia.
Nice.
As you know, Oceania's opinion represents an entire continent for me. So,
True.
all right, Erin, what's the third?
Okay, this is free samples. You're either walking and they give you a free something, or something comes in the mail and it's free.
I do like a good sample.
Samples are fun.
Like a Costco sample, a BJ sample. It's a good sample.
They give you like a dip with a chip sticking out of it. And you're like, oh, this is amazing.
You ever get like a shitty sample though, and you're like, I don't want to slice of an apple. What the fuck am I gonna? I know what apples taste like.
Yeah, but have you tried this apple?
It's like this
I
is
don't
not
know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Samples are great. I love samples, but sometimes you're just not in the mood for what they're giving you. I'm gonna go with 6 for the samples. Are we matching?
3 for 3.
Wow.
3 for 3.
We are. Anthony and I have identical so far. Top 7 blind top 7 list.
This never happened. A lot of 7s on free samples. People do not respect the free samples in this
love the
audience.
free samples, and this because here we go. I got a lot of top. This is a multiple. Here it is.
It's hard to come by paper in the corner of the world you're in.
It's this one. Sorry.
There you go. All right, Erin.
There's my list.
This is a good one so far.
Okay, number 4 is you're out at a bar or the grocery store or somewhere in public and you hear your forgotten jam. You know, a song you forgot about.
Oh,
I loved this song. You start like hitting people. This is such a good song. I don't know.
I do love reconnecting with an old tune.
Because then it just enters your whole like vocabulary of music. It's just there now, and now it's like part of it's back in your life.
This just recently happened to me. Oasis is coming back. We talked about it the other day. They have a track called like "Don't Go Away," and I'm like, oh my god, I literally have not heard this since like 1997. This is fucking great.
That is a good one,
and I've been listening to it a lot.
All right, here's my deal. I love it.
Oh no,
but I got to put it at 7 because it's great. But then you look at the air conditioner, fresh sheet, and food samples. I can't put hearing that song above those.
I got it at number 3. We've parted ways.
I was that close to putting it 3.
Yeah,
I was that close. But yeah, I got to go with that song. It's a great moment, but I can't put it above walking in a fresh AC, or fresh sheets, or food sample. Those are awesome.
I feel like this sticks with you. A song sticks with you longer. Then you're like, I put it back in the playlist. You know, get it going again.
I might regret my choice here. I'm not saying it's solid.
You might regret putting AC at number 4. Is what I'm starting to think.
I may have. Looking at this sheet, I should have put AC at 3.
Yes.
I should have moved everything up 1.
Yeah.
Everything should be moved up 1. But all I have left is 1, 2, and 3 now.
All right, Erin. I got 1, 2, and 7.
Okay, this one is you get an extra nugget, chicken wing, or mozzarella stick, or something like that in
yeah.
your order.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
Extra, you said. Not. Does this count?
Yeah, you ordered 6, you get 7.
Okay, but I'm saying, is it when you get the onion ring in the order of fries? Is this the same thing?
Counts. That counts.
That might have went from 2 to 1 for me because that's a big deal.
That's 2 to 1. Wow.
I'm
That
gonna
beats
put it at
out
2.
everything.
No, I'm gonna put it at 2. Extra food is perfect. Like there's nothing better.
I got it at 3.
I got it at 2. I feel good about it.
That is good. You order 6 chicken wings, you get a 7th, which I don't know if that's happened, but that would be nice.
Or even just, you ever order mozzarella sticks and then you're like, this is a lot of mozzarella. Like you're expecting 6 and there's like fucking 10 on the tray and you're like, this is great.
We should come here all the time.
Yeah. Just handing out mozzarella sticks like crazy, these people.
I don't know how they make it any money. All right. Last 2. I have 1 and 2 open.
I got 1 and 7. I got you. I did your blind top 5. I got the first and the last open.
I think I did your blind top 5.
All right.
There we go.
That's down
You
to the
think
last.
it was your 2 anniversary the way you guys are acting. Aw.
You didn't get me anything, you jerk. All right, here we go.
Okay, this is you're in the black for $1 on a scratch off. So like you break even and you win $1 on a scratch off.
Just $1?
Yeah, just $1.
No, we have a gambling problem. That's useless. I throw that away. That's bad luck to me.
You throw out the $1 winner.
Yeah.
$1?
Fuck that. Here's the thing. You're gonna walk away with it. Like, I mean, I know if your husband's lying, you walking away with $1 or you cashing that in to get another ticket until you lose or win.
Oh,
For
I
me,
thought you asked me.
No, I'm asking Frank.
I would probably get another ticket. But
Yeah, exactly. You would definitely. You have a gamble. I've been in a casino with you. You would get another ticket.
do I have a gambling problem or do I just like gambling?
You like gambling, but who's gonna walk away with it? Who's gonna be like, oh, I got that fresh dollar now? Like,
I might
no
walk
way.
away with
Me.
a dollar.
Me.
You
you
would,
go.
Erin. You could walk away with the dollar. That's self control. I do not. I don't know.
That's just like what I don't get about gambling. Like when you're high up, I'm always like, we should leave. And Frank's like, no, we should keep playing. And I'm like, but the object was to make more money. And you did that. So let's go. And he's like, no, like he just said he would play until he loses it all. And I don't, not that he loses it all when he gambles, but the idea is my end game is to come away with more.
To just
And
be up. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah, no, I get that. But with like if you just win like for the amount of effort put in for the scratch off ticket, you went there, you bought it, you went home, you scratched it off, and you're going back to cash it in. Might as well try it one more time. It's like
and it's
No, we only
$6.
got-
I like that.
if I won $20, I'd cash it in.
All right. Well, it
Get
has
the
to be a
20.
simple pleasure.
That's
Sorry.
true.
Erin,
All right.
what's your favorite snack? Like potato chip or candy?
Oh, I would guess Cape Cod potato chips, right?
Could
Yeah.
you eat one of those?
I don't know, but if somebody was like, you could eat this chip, or I guess trade it in to try to get more chips, that's a really interesting. No, it's framed differently. I'll give you that.
All right. Last one. Erin is about to name, apparently,
Well-
my favorite simple pleasure.
I think
put
you guys.
I put the dollar. I'm sorry. I put the lottery
Oh,
thing
sorry.
at number 2.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
So right now I just have number 1 left.
So
Hey.
she's about to name both of our favorite simple pleasures.
Here it
I'm
is.
gonna reward you guys. You ready?
Yes.
Plans you didn't want to do canceled.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge
Oh,
one.
Huge winner. Huge winner. Huge.
This made the whole list worth anything that I messed up. The first, as long as I got the first one right,
Yep.
I'm good. I'm gold.
That's it.
Where is it?
That is it right there. That's a huge one. Can I tell you something? Even plans I kind of wanted to go to when they get canceled, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, just to go from, we'll go. You do it, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, remember all that stuff we were gonna do? Yeah, we're not doing that. It's like,
Look at what Lindarella wrote.
It's such a great. You just
Yeah.
everything's can't. You mean I don't have to do anything? I don't have to get dressed, and I could just hang around and do nothing. Oh, great, I'm in.
Yeah.
That's good
Think
stuff.
about the pandemic besides the deaths. If they would have told you on day one, we're going to be in for a month and then we're going to get out and everything is going to be great, and it was like the truth and you believed it, that would have been the greatest month of your life. If it wasn't for the worry of like, oh, are we going to ever get back to normal? That would have been the most wonderful time ever.
Oh yeah, everybody just for the sake of I don't know, the economy or gas price. I don't know if everybody just said, stay in for a month.
Yeah.
And don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, got it. Done.
We should think about it again. We should think about just picking a week and be like, guess what, everybody? Just load up on, get the food, get the toilet paper.
Stock up because next month we're taking a week off.
Everybody stay the fuck in.
Catch up on your shows.
Yeah.
Hang around. Do nothing. Do whatever you want. Just stay home.
Stay home. Take it easy.
Take a walk. You want to go take a walk? Go take a walk. But you don't have to do anything else.
That's it.
Well, Ann, I know you have a night of blazers and lawnmowers ahead of you. So have a wonderful night. And I'll see you guys next week. Happy weekend. Happy Labor Day for those of you.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Great job, hon.
Yeah, good job, Erin. Thank you so much for yet another wonderful top 10, blind top 5. Sorry, I was trying to put in the code for something as I was doing that.
Erin did a great job. Yeah, there it is.
Numbers ran away with me.
Oval, the book written by Erin herself.
Yes.
It is published. It's out for sale right now on Amazon. You can pick it up, copy like that Anthony's holding, or digital download available today. The link is in the description below for Oval. Oval the novel. Oval a novel, excuse me. Written by Erin Campbell.
lot of, as I understand it, every house in the book has a fence around it.
I don't think they do.
I haven't finished reading all the books, all the chapters yet, but you don't think?
I don't think there is a fence. I think you're wrong. DJ Shenanigan is right. Maybe we got to get a sticker for Erin.
A sticker for Erin?
You know, the team JSAT.
Oh, yeah.
Team.
You know, we still only have 4 of those. I would love more. You know, those
Yeah,
we should update. Should we update those?
We got to get more of those, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, should we update them? Should we take away the teams and everything and update them?
No, they get used a lot. I think we just add.
You just like it because there's a team Frankie C. That's why you like it.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I like that?
All right. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Obviously, we're not here Monday, holiday, but we're back on Wednesday, everybody. Stay safe. Have a good time, and we'll see you then.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now. Go ahead.